For today's cup of coffee, we have something else. If I don't think that they're interesting, I'm not going to find them. I found a new website. Well, it's new to me, and it's called the Paranormal Guide, and that's for all things paranormal, strange, dark, and macabre. So I'm looking forward to going through some more of these articles.
I'm going to have to look that up immediately. It looks like a website that I would be on.
There's some of them that are really good, and then there's some of them that it's like whatever article that I have found, that's it, which is kind of tragic. But anyhow, this is by Gregory Myers, 2010, and it goes back a little ways, but that's all right. So does the legend. And that it has actually been put together by Ashley Hall in 2013, and it's called The History of Zombie Road. You ever heard of Zombie Road?
No. I've never heard of that, actually.
Well, now you're going to. And the link will be in the description box. And so I'm not sure if I'm quoting from Miss Hall or Mr. Myers. But anyhow,
it's one of them.
Somebody wrote this.
This isn't somebody. It's a person.
Zombie Road has quite a reputation as a place where shadowy figures and other non-human entities have long been reported. And Gregory, this is apparently Ashley that I'm quoting on this one. Gregory Myers of the Paranormal Task Force presents this piece on the history and deaths of one of the most haunted locations in the United States. That we've never heard of.
Yeah.
So how can it be? Anyhow.
Doesn't make sense, doesn't it?
No, it's a long line of mysteries. It says, within the urban sprawl of St. Louis lies a remote area called Zombie Road.
Loves it.
Urban legend tells a variety of eerie tales, which include being host to ritualistic and occult practices, which spawned inhuman and demonic entities, while other tales tell of those who met their peculiar demise.
Someone just hit their head on the door.
It's all right. And still roam this desolate road in the afterlife. Zombie Road, real name Lawler Ford Road, is about 2 miles long through a valley of forest oak lands and ends near Merrimack River in Glencoe, Missouri. It's an area that meets the newly established Al Forster Trail. And yes, I've had a rough day, so please just
it's been a long day for all of us.
Overlook the unusual amount of stumblings. I always have some, but this one's going to have a few more. It's okay. I have coffee with rum.
It's fine. I'm about to sneeze my head off.
Are you really? The history of this area goes back to ancient Native American times, where this was just one of the few pathways cut by nature over the centuries through the bluffs to the Merrimack River and just beyond them. It is believed that traveling ancient Native Americans used this pathway for foot travel and also quarried flint here for making various tools and weapons. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's ever actually found like a little flint quarry.
That's a good question. I don't know.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
And it says
Cave system. Cave system.
Yeah. In the early 1800s, a ferry was operated at the bottom area of this passage at times, where a ford was located in the river for settlers and travelers to cross the Merrimack River to the other side, where the Lewis family owned much of the land. The origin of the road name is unknown to historians even today.
Wow.
So I don't know. And
we don't know. It's fine. It's okay.
And they go through and they give a little bit of a brief history of the area and stuff. But the only one that is really of interest in this is that the wife of a dude that had been the justice of peace for 30 years and a judge in the county was struck and killed by a train in 1876.
Damn.
Now, how does that happen, really? Trains make noise.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Very much.
So, I don't know. But I think it has to do with the way a train is traveling, that has to do that sometimes when you're in front of it, you can't hear the noise like you can when you're beside it or behind it.
In New York, every day, literally every time the train runs or whatever, someone jumps.
That's horrifying.
Every day.
That really is. That's tragic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It says, some say that it's called Zombie Road. This is called Zombie Road.
Is it infested with zombies or not?
Because the railroad workers who once worked there would rise from their graves at times to roam about.
Loves it.
Why would they do that? It says some insist that they have heard old-timey music, seen anomalous moving lights, and other ghostly sightings from that forgotten era.
What if I play Betty Boop? Will they recognize Betty Boop?
I think it was a little bit... I think they're talking about maybe the 1800s on some of this. So it was prior Betty Boop. Another tale tells of a patient named Zombie. He was nicknamed Zombie, who escaped from a nearby mental facility, never to be seen again. His blood-soaked gown was later found lying upon the road, later named after him. Now, see that one, because if it was in the 1800s, I don't even think that the term zombie was that much into...
I don't think they even had the word zombie.
Wasn't that originally from the movie White Zombie back in, what was that, the 30s?
I think so, but I think it stemmed a little bit before that, because, like... hoodoo or voodoo, like
right? There's voodoo. Well, there's both. There's voodoo, and then there is
similar.
hoodoo. But I don't know, even within those religions, that they use the term zombie. That's something.
Depending on the practitioner.
That's another rabbit hole to travel. And we did go back. We did go through the origin of zombies at some point in the past.
I used to watch this woman that was a voodoo practitioner.
Right. Right. Well, that's where you get into, like, New Orleans and different things like that.
She's from Alabama.
Well, yeah. Well, it's branched out from there, but it's, Haiti. Mm-hmm. And then as far as some of the Creole people in the New Orleans area. And then you go into Marie Laveau.
Oh, she honestly did kind of remind me of, like, a similar personality to what I think Marie Laveau had.
Well, I would say that she would have been a very interesting person to speak with. Mm-hmm. There's some historical people you're like, I'd like to just sit and talk with them for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to talk to Marie Laveau.
Sure. And other tales include one of an original settler who met their demise upon the railroad tracks. We've got this railroad track thing going for the past couple of days. Another includes a pioneer who lost his wife in a poker game. Why
would you bet your wife?
Then went back to his homestead and took his own life. Because he knew
fucked up.
That her wrath would have been more than he could have borne anyhow. Well, hey, she should have been glad that she was shed of him, because he was apparently an idiot. But we don't. Yeah. Maybe she was horrible and he wanted to get rid of her. But then
it could have been a toxic relationship from both sides.
But then he wouldn't have, committed suicide.
Well, you don't know that.
Wonder what kind of a poker hand he had. Seriously. It makes one wonder, doesn't it?
Had a jack.
Yeah. It says many still report seeing those lonely spirits even today. Then, during the age of Prohibition, a nearby town housed speakeasies, and the summer homes, well-known Gangsters. Let's try that whole thing all over.
Oh, no. You ain't getting out of that easy.
Oh, I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to make it a little more articulate.
Or try to.
During the age of Prohibition, a nearby town housed speakeasies and their summer homes of well-known gangsters. Yay. Tales tell
goes wild.
Tales tell of individuals who were dealt a bad hand by such public enemies, resulting in their permanent placement within the ground on or bordering river, never to be seen again. See, some of this stuff again. This is Brent Swancer-esque type things. Mm-hmm. In other words, the mob got them and killed their asses and threw them somewhere because that's how the mob do. Cement seems to be a favorite thing of maybe that's just a myth also. But as far as putting people in rivers, places they will never be seen again, such as Jimmy Hoffa. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyhow, the bordering river has tragically delivered many to the other side through the years. Children and adults alike have taken their last breath within its dangerous waters before being found washed up on its shores. Even during this new millennium, several children have met their demise within its banks. That's always scary, and especially
Love that.
Well, rivers and stuff like that, people have a tendency, because it looks calm on top, they're not taking into account like the current underneath.
Deceiving.
They most certainly are, and some of those currents can sweep people away before they know it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I had the wind almost blow me away while I was out on the porch.
Oh, out there. Well, at least you weren't in water. It says that the railroad still shows death has no mercy, as many have met their final fate upon its tracks. Local lifelong residents can still remember multitudes of tragic occurrences dating back to the 1950s. Mm-hmm. You've always got those people that has those morbid tales. I was there when so-and-so, I was eating a cheese sandwich up the road 10
Not
miles.
the cheese sandwich.
When so-and-so got hit by the train. You've always got people that they do that. Why? Why would they do that?
What, Mary, you weren't anywhere close to it. Yeah, fuck your cheese sandwich, fuck your clout.
Oh, and it says,
damn.
One of these occurred in the 1970s when two teens were struck by an oncoming train. Some of the local residents were used in search parties to find the body parts scattered about the area.
So was it like the bird and it just sort of exploded?
Probably. Well, you think about it, and it's one of those that the way that the wheels are.
We don't need details.
It would like sever different things.
We don't need details.
It would. It would. During the 1990s, a mother and her 5-year-old child were crossing a bridge when an oncoming train met them. The mother's last action was to push the 5-year-old child off the bridge. The engineer was able to stop the train and save the child. Now, the child going to have to grow up knowing that its mother was an idiot, because why in the hell were they walking on, this bridge as far as train coming?
Dumb fuck.
So, you got trauma, and then you got healthy dose of realism. And then they're going, oh, God, genetics. Yeah.
Darwin Awards. Two birds with one stone.
And in more recent years...
you get the idiot, and you get the idiot spawn.
Yeah. God, ain't that the truth? And it says in more recent years, the area has become a refuge for those wanting privacy to practice the occult and other rituals. Okay, Okay.
Loves it.
During the 1960s, a couple in their late teens were on top of the bluffs overlooking the road below. The male somehow lost his footing and, during the fall, caught his face in a fork of a small tree growing out of the side of the bluff. His face and scalp remained while the rest of him fell to his death upon the road below. Well, I'd say after getting scalped and his face ripped off, he'd have been dead probably before he hit. It says
that is both hilarious and fucked
It's horribly
up.
disturbing. It's horribly disturbing. It says others have also met their demise from the bluffs. It's like that lady that has always fascinated me, that the chimp ripped her face off.
The fuck?
Yeah. But, and I, over the past couple of weeks, because things will come up on your recommendations, has been about face transplants.
Yeah, they've been doing that for
and
few
it's
years.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Very odd, but fascinating to give somebody the ability to go out in public again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's...
They maybe look a little wonky, but yeah.
Hey, it's better than having no face.
Amber Sweet. Blame not my cheeks.
Okay. I don't even
Where her
know.
face fell off when she was performing.
Oh, okay. Was that from...
Repo the Genetic
All right,
Opera.
there we go. Well, you had to give reference because I was totally lost and then other people would have been totally lost.
I figured you would have got it by Amber
Not
Sweet.
today. Not today. All right. It says the area has also seen its share of suicides and murders. And in the 1970s, a hunter stumbled across a car still running at the end of the road. A closer inspection revealed a hose running from the exhaust pipe to the inside of the car with the driver slumped over the steering wheel. Looks like that had been more effective in a garage someplace instead of out in the open.
Yeah.
Anyhow, it says Missouri Paranormal Research, which is now a division of Paranormal Task Force, investigated the area on several occasions, and that the visits converted many true skeptics into true believers. And in one incident, said within an hour, several people observed a human-sized shadow figure as it descended upon them from a small bluff nearby. It then ran onto the road, stopped, then disappeared into the darkness of the night. Throughout the night, others heard unexplainable voices, were touched by the unseen, and witnessed the unexplainable. Yeah, that type of first-hand experience is the only way to go on supernatural paranormal, because it doesn't matter how many times you explain it, people do not comprehend it until they experience it.
No.
And I made a little note on this. It says that there were other sources that have stated that Zombie Road is now a bike path, but it's closed after dark, and said that trespassers, they have police that patrol through there, and they are not afraid to give people tickets. So who knows what kind of fuckery has occurred, so that it's closed, and then they have to have it patrolled.
Yeah.
And the reason that I don't have references for some of those is because I refuse to subscribe and pay monies for a site that I will probably visit once in my life, and that they're charging to read a single article. Personally, I think this is a bad business model, and it pisses people off that would have become subscribers.
Yeah.
So, and then they leave a slew of cookies, and you got to go in and clean out the cache and all that stuff on your computer because that you wanted to look up a newspaper article.
Didn't you get this from the paranormal guy?
No, I got that, but I mean, as far as the other ones, there were other things that I usually go with more than one source. Sometimes it depends on what it is. It depends on the day.
Okay.
But, on this site, dude's got podcasts, he's got videos, photos, all kinds of stuff. Got this nice, what is it, night vision photo of him. Various shades of blue.
Monochromatic.
Dabba-dee,
dabba-da. If I was green, I would die. If I was green, I would die.
But, I'm sure that I will enjoy looking through this website more. I actually did subscribe to Mysterious Universe because, damn, if they didn't put up a paywall on some of it. But I figure for $5 a month, as much as we have used them as a resource, yes, I will pay Brent and Mr. Redfern $5 a month. Now, as far as the other dude, I ain't giving him shit.
Okay.
I can't. Paul Sebring.
Yeah.
You're an ass, Paul. So.
Way to go, Paul.
Really? But Zombie Road, I think that's pretty cool. I think most areas have something similar to Zombie Road.
Yeah.
Well, those in rural areas, we pretty much all of us have things like that. And I'd say that probably urban areas, it's just that theirs are different.
Yeah. Well, everybody's different.
Well, as far as the rural versus the urban and stuff, so not sure how the cityscapes work on the hauntings.
Yeah.
I still need to show you the beanie that kid has created that has the little devil horns. He got compliments on that as we were out and about today, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm pretty sure someone did the Saint Cross whatever thing in Walmart.
I don't think that they did. I really don't. But
little Satan. No,
if they did,
not a little Satan. Just a little Satan. Little Satan.
So we gonna end with that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tofu-headed zombies,
watch the video. Watch the damn video. Give that man support.
So as an independent artist.
Yeah. He was trying to make it a show, but no one wanted to pick it up.
Well, it's because unfortunately we have gone past the time of goth having its popularity, which is an oxymoron.
It was from back then. It was from back then. Yeah.
Oh, it
never got picked up.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That is very odd. Anyhow, if you've got local, regional, family, myths, legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And, of course, the email address is there in the description box, along with other goodies. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to sit there and go, what did she say? Yeah, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Know that you're loved. Know that you're appreciated.
He looks vaguely like a monkey.
That's what I thought. I thought it was a monkey, but it's a zombie with a tofu for a brain.
Yeah.
And we got rain. So you can do your little ending thing now.
Yes. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that little notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good and drink coffee.
I always drink coffee, and you can put a little splash of rum.
I'm not going to drink coffee because I'm not a coffee drinker.
Put a splash of rum in there in the evenings. It makes it very nice. We'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Yeah.